jazzguitarlessons.net to improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher on listening to pop music or whatever floats your boat. Welcome to Jazz Guitar Lessons, where we help guitarists learn jazz faster, express themselves more fluently, and have fun along the way. My name is Mark, and if you're looking to learn jazz, form better practice habits, and especially if you enjoy a French accent, make sure to subscribe. So this is going to be a very short podcast in which I want to discuss something that I find important, but once again, as usual, you can take everything I'm telling you here, put it straight in the trash. I don't mind. Even, well, in our modern society, say you put in the recycling bin or something like that. In any case, I've been listening to quite a lot of non-jazz music for the past, say, 6 months. And I strongly believe it's important for anybody learning jazz guitar to get out of this small cage or this small golden cage of listening to only jazz music. And I'll try to explain quickly why I think it's important. Of course, when you're trying to learn jazz guitar, it's necessary. It's totally normal and understandable that you will listen to a whole lot of Kenny Burrell and Joe Pass and Wes Montgomery and those guys that you admire and that you wish to emulate, people that you want to get inspired from. But for the vast majority of you, and that's me included, well, basically everyone except Pat Metheny, right? As usual, we have listened to other types of music before learning jazz and probably before even being in contact with jazz. It's very strange because myself included, we tend to forget all about everything else and we tend to focus all our attention on jazz music. And it's very odd because there's this thinking that we can rationally say in a rational way that jazz is better, quote unquote, right? Not really better music, but because we have strong intellectual reasons for telling ourselves, it's such a challenging music to play. It's difficult on the instrument to learn improvisation and comping and all those standards. It takes years. It takes patience. It takes very good ears. It takes a lot of technique and everything. So we say, well, this is an art form, right? We are beyond all this pop crap and we are above all this stuff. So we listen to jazz, we become jazz snobs, which is totally normal. But I came into contact with some of the stuff I really enjoyed when I was way younger, as I was saying the past 6 months. And I realized what really made me tick when I would listen to music is this: you find a chord or a chord change and it tickles you in a certain way. It's not intellectual. It's not, oh my God, that was a great solo. Look at all the extensions and all the substitutions they did. No. You listen to a guitarist and you just go, wow, this really sounds good, man. It's amazing. And we tend to forget about it. So I think it's always a good time to go back. And of course, if you want to learn jazz, I think I'm repeating myself here, but it's normal to listen to jazz nonstop for 10 years or something like that. But you always have to come back to what's good to you and what you just find good, whether it be blues, rock music, pop music, funk, or anything. So my advice is to get back to your collection of music, your things that you cherish and that you don't have good reason to cherish because it's not, jazz or classical music, right? Not intellectual or not proper, quote unquote, music. So my advice, go back to this stuff. And furthermore, if you're puzzled as to what you should listen to and what you should not listen to, because between you and me, and that might be a quick judgment, but you don't want just to turn off the FM, to turn on the FM radio and listen to that crap all day and get all these ads played right in your face. You don't need that. But what you can do is look at what stood the test of time in terms of music, not just in terms of popularity, the things that have been listened to the most, but to things that have been around and that had an impact on our culture. For instance, I'd say, and don't laugh, James Brown. This guy's been around. Of course, he passed now, but his music has it still has an impact on people. and on the sounds that we still hear to this day in any type of music. So, or the Beatles, or Elvis Presley, or country music, it all had an impact on everybody, including jazz players today, right? Hey guys, just a quick note. If you're enjoying this content and you're eager to boost your own jazz guitar playing, then connect with us. We've transformed the jazz skills of thousands of guitarists. You can find the link in the description or head directly over to jazzguitarlessons.net to begin your journey. All right, let's dive back into the episode. Go back to the stuff that you like, or if you don't know where to start, just go back to the stuff that had an impact. And why? Here's the reason why I think it's good. First, because it's just for enjoyment, and there's no pressure to understand the form or know what type of scales the guys was using. It's just you listen in your car and step on the gas and you feel good. That's the first reason. The second reason is I think we can all learn from the groove. Oftentimes, pop music is based on a not necessarily a vamp or a groove, but at least it's in time, and there's a good beat, there's a good feel to it. And I think any learning jazz musician can rely on this and get more of this in your ears. And the other reason is pop music is often constructed like a little package. It's like a little box, a little present that you get. It's all shiny. The package looks really good. It's been polished and repolished and mixed and remastered and etc. And the final product is something that has been made for you to enjoy. And the sound is not like a jazz trio where you just have my guitar sound and here's the bassist sound and here's the drummer sound and just put two microphones in a room and that's it. That's all. No. Pop music is recorded and mixed with good care of what instruments do what in terms of mixing, right? So this is just my 2 cents. Of course, you can all say I'm crazy, but I think it has a positive impact, especially on the level of arrangement and songwriting. If you listen to really good jazz solos, they're constructed. It's like architecture, right? Well, if you listen to a Beatles tune and look at the care that has been taken in the arrangement, in the format of this is the chorus, and then we'll have this bridge, and we'll have this and have that, even if it's not in terms of musical material, even if it's not complicated or not based on crazy chord changes, it's still a craft. Whatever you think of whatever you say about it, it is what it is. So by getting more of this in your ears, at least a little bit or once in a while, you can always improve your jazz guitar stuff, your jazz guitar playing, by listening to pop music. So that's all I had to say about that. I hope it helps you, and I'll see you in the next podcast on jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. Take care.